Big SEC guys. Today we're talking Missouri Tigers, Joe. Let me start off the episode by saying this Missouri team's a bit of an enigma for me because looks kind of odd on paper, but that Eli Drinkwitz, not my favorite SEC coach, but the guy knows how to coach, knows how to win, and their schedule. They play absolutely nobody. How did they pull that off?
This team utterly confusticates me, buddy. Like,
100%. I
I'm
look at
ready
this
to
team
write
and I'm
them
thinking,
off as a bottom quartile,
"Oh, me too."
miss a bowl game, and then I start looking at their roster and I'm like, "Damn, they brought back 13 players from last year's team."
Yeah.
Then you look at their schedule and you're like, "Well, I can't find any losses because they don't play anybody." Um,
Remember when they
and
first came to the SEC and everyone was like, "This team's gonna be bad," and then they made the SEC championship the
2
first
years
2
in a row,
years?
2 years in a row. But now I will say
Ridiculous.
this, Drinkowitz can obviously coach.
Good
Gary
coach.
Pinkel was one of the better coaches in the country at the point. And I know he
Yeah.
had some health issues and ended up, resigning there not long after they were in the conference, but he, Gary Pinkel is a hell of a football coach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyhow,
Well,
I
let
got 13 returning starters, 5 on offense, 8 on defense. I don't remember that defense being a liability last year. I mean, they were an SEC defense. And I
No,
don't
the
think they were
defense was
great,
solid last.
but yeah, I don't think they were great by any stretch, but they weren't atrocious. They weren't LSU bad last year.
No, the defense was solid last year, so you've got some good returning starters.
Mhm.
You know, the engine of the car, they say, starts at the top. They've got a quarterback battle, Joe. It's either gonna be Bo Pribula, who was the transfer from Penn State. If you remember, he was Drew Aller's backup. He's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like a big guy, kind of a runner.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the other guy's, Sam Horn. So it might be the Sam Horn show. I think this is interesting. I think it's gonna be Bo Pribula. I've been looking at the message boards, and that's what they're saying,
Yeah.
but we got ourselves a battle here.
So I ate lunch with one of our, pastors today, and he's a Pennsylvania Penn State guy, and he wants it so badly. He said, "I'm a Missouri fan this year because of Bo, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be distraught if he doesn't end up." He wanted him over Aller. He wanted him to stay at Penn State.
That's the I've got a Penn State buddy too who was saying he was like, "I think Bo Pribula is as good or better than Drew Aller," which is nuts.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I disagree. I think Drew Aller's total liability, can't win the game. Gonna do the same thing this year he's done every other year.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think
this
if
isn't
Bo
a Big
Pribula
Ten podcast. This is a big SEC guy, so we're gonna stick back to Missouri.
I'm just gonna say, I think if Bo Pribula was as good as people from Penn State say he was, there wouldn't be an or. It wouldn't be a Bo or Sam Horn, right? It would be a, "Hey, Bo's our guy."
Yeah, but Drinkowitz, one thing about Drinkowitz,
Is that
he's a little
gamesmanship?
shifty, sly guy. He may know. He may
So
already know. You know what I'm saying? He may already know.
I'd get that if Missouri was opening up with, like, a Clemson. They're opening up with who? Central Arkansas? So it's like, what why are we playing these
Dude,
games for Central Arkansas?
yeah, but well, I mean, he very well could play it through the Central Arkansas game. I mean, Saban was notorious for playing multiple quarterbacks against teams that didn't matter. I remember I'll go back to 2 examples of quarterback battles, all right? AJ McCarron, Philip Sims, 2011. Greg McElroy had been the quarterback, won a national title, had a disappointing season where we went 10-3, but you don't know who the guy's gonna be. First game of the year, we got a I can't remember who it was. We'll call it Western Kentucky, but it was somebody not great. Week 2, we're going to Happy Valley. It's on, right? And we've got a team that year that won a national title. We know we're good. Like,
Yeah.
we're a national title contending team. We don't know who the piece is gonna be. He literally split them up and let them play halves. I mean, it
Oh,
was
man.
basically like this guy played a quarter, this guy played a quarter, this guy played a quarter, this guy played a first game. And we didn't know. We all had suspicions because AJ looked a lot better. But we didn't know if he was gonna do that in Happy Valley or not. As it turns out, AJ had won the job and took care of business through the rest of the year. Um,
I
I
wonder if
believe it was
Drinkwitz is gonna do that with Central Arkansas. Maybe he'll do a little
well,
quarter, quarter,
so
half, half
I'm pretty
approach.
sure I might have said the wrong name. I think it was either Philip Sims or Star Jackson. I think it was Philip Sims. It's been a long time. Anyhow,
Yeah.
that's first example. Second example was Tua comes in, wins the national title in 2017. Jalen stays on the team. We had no idea who was trotting out against Louisville down in Orlando. And I mean, it's Louisville. It's not a bad team, but that Lamar Jackson wasn't there anymore, so they weren't a good team. But I remember everybody wanted it to be Tua. Everybody wanted it to be Tua.
Yeah,
But we had no idea who it was gonna be, and then Tua trotted out there for that first drive.
that is interesting.
So,
Well, I
I
think it's
mean,
gonna be
it can be done. There is still a lot of gamesmanship that's being played.
I'm with you. I think it's gonna be the Bo show for Missouri. I'll plant my fat flag with Bo Pribula, and then Joe, the running back I'm really excited about. All right, so the running back's gonna be Ahmad Hardy, and they've already got him penciled in as the starter. He was a true freshman last year at Louisiana Monroe and had, like, 16 or 1,700 all-purpose yards as a true freshman. The guy is so electric, and you
And
remember the last
they
time
run the ball. Missouri's good at running the football.
and they find those lower level guys. You remember Cody Schrader.
Yep.
I mean, that guy came from D2 and led the SEC in rushing, took the SEC
Mhm.
by storm, so
Mhm.
I'm excited about Ahmad Hardy. I think this guy might be really good, and then a couple of good receivers here, right? Like, Kevin Coleman's a good receiver, Marquise Johnson's solid, Joshua Manning's gonna be solid, so
Where did Kevin Coleman come from?
oh gosh, let me fact check. He was at Mississippi State? He
Okay,
was at Mississippi State,
that's right.
yeah, and he was good.
Yep. Yeah, he was. So I'm right here with you. It's a it, it's not bad if they get the quarterback situation figured out. Um, the offense could be fine, and then we're turning 8 starters on defense. So you look at it, it's like, it was a pretty good team last year. Now that being said, it was a good team with a bad schedule, which probably made it look better than it actually was. Is that what we're looking at this year? I mean, jump
Yeah.
into the key games?
You're right about the defense. You're returning 8 starters. I think the defensive line is gonna be solid. I like the linebackers, and then I think you've got a couple of good DBs. So, I mean, we're looking at a pretty good defense here, Joe. Yeah,
The
why don't you walk us
roster
through
really
the key game?
doesn't look that bad, does it?
Pretty good roster.
So, I mean, you know, we'll jump right into these key games here. I basically got, the home game scheduled. I mean, that's when I looked at it, I just said, "You need to win your home football games." Uh, they play in conference, they play South Carolina at home, they play Alabama at home, they play Texas A&M at home, and Mississippi State at home. So they have 3 games against very quality opponents at home. You need to
Yeah,
try to find a way to win those games.
and
Then
you
on the
take care of
road,
business.
they go to Arkansas, to Oklahoma, to Auburn, and to Vanderbilt. Well, I don't see a reason why they couldn't win 3 of those 4 games.
That's a very reasonable schedule, especially with the home and away splits. You've got your probably 2 toughest games at home.
Yeah, that's okay, so find a way to win 1 of South Carolina, Alabama, A&M. You're gonna beat Mississippi State. And find a way to win 3 of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Vandy, and Auburn. I do not think that's an unreasonable ask.
Yeah, that's a
That
good
is not I mean, they're avoiding Texas, they're avoiding Georgia, they're avoiding LSU, they're avoiding Florida. I mean, any schedule in the SEC is gonna be difficult, but they avoid a ton of playoff contending teams.
Oh, yeah, they avoid a lot of the carnage, and I love their, like, "Don't worry, we scheduled a big time out of conference game." Kansas. Oh,
Well,
boy.
hold on now. Did you watch Kansas's offense this past weekend, week 0?
Were they good or bad? I didn't watch that game.
They moved the football. It was Fres well, I
Cool.
think it was Fresno State they played, so let's not get wasn't it Fresno State? They yeah, I think it was I think it was Fresno State, so let's not go nuts, but that kid playing quarterback, the Daniels kid, absolute total control of the offense. I mean, he looked
Uh,
good.
Jalen Daniels for Kansas, that guy's awesome at
Yeah.
quarterback. He's a dual threat guy, that
Yeah, it
guy's
was
awesome.
Fresno State and Kansas. Kansas won 31-7. Now I have no idea what Fresno State's gonna be. They could be
That might
terrible. I can
that's
guarantee you
interesting.
they won't be as bad as Stanford. That team was awful. But,
Andrew
uh,
Luck, what are you doing? let's run through the schedule. Let's dive
Yeah,
in.
let's get back on SEC, but,
Central
I've
Arkansas
got a
win.
best case 10-2, worst case 7-5 on that schedule.
Yeah, I've got a best case 9-3, worst case 7-5. Pretty tight spread there for me. You wanna dive in? Central Arkansas, that's a win,
That's a
obviously.
win. Yep.
Kansas at home, I think that's a win. That's gonna be a close game, though.
That's
Y
gonna be a tough game. It's a rivalry game too.
that
People
is a good
forget that's a
old
rivalry
school
game.
rivalry game. That's gonna be a
Mhm.
good game.
What was
You're
it, the
right.
Big Six? Isn't that what that used to be? They were part of the
Yeah,
Big Six or something like that?
that's what it was, the Big 6. I forget
Big
about
8.
Jalen Daniels at Kansas. That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a pretty good game. I mean,
Let's
I'm
give
a
them
little
a
high on the week 0 Kansas team, so I don't know. Just because I hate the fact that they have such an easy schedule, I'm gonna give them a loss there to go ahead and knock them out of the playoffs.
alright, like it. Louisiana, that's a win.
It's a win.
South Carolina at home, I give me South Carolina, but playing in Columbia, Missouri, that place is a
Is
house of horrors for us.
Yeah, it's that's gonna be tough.
That could be a
It'll be a
lot.
close game. Let's say how about this? How about this? They're gonna split Kansas and South Carolina.
Perfect. So we got them 3-1. Massachusetts is a win, 4-1.
Yep, yep.
I think they lose to Bama at home,
I think
four
so
and
too.
2.
Yep.
At Auburn, what are you thinking about that?
Auburn has to win a game somewhere, but
Yeah.
I when you look at this roster and compare it to Auburn's roster, what jumps out to you?
Yeah, I think
I
that's
mean,
gonna be a tight
I
game.
don't see Auburn having a significant roster advantage. They do
Not
at
at
wide
all.
receiver, but
Yep.
I think Missouri's got a better, running back and probably better quarterback, whoever it ends up being. I do not
Yeah.
think Jackson Arnold's gonna be good.
I like Bo Prabula more than Jackson Arnold for sure. That feels like an easy one for me, so
And I feel like the defense bringing all these kids back is probably better too. I think it's a tough. I mean, I think we'll probably end up going they're gonna split Auburn and something else, right? So
you wanna say they split Auburn-Vandy both away?
sure, that's fine.
Alright. Let's split them Auburn-Vandy. Texas A&M at home, I've got Texas A&M there. I think
I
Texas
got
A&M
A&M
could be
winning
good.
that game.
Yeah. Mississippi State, give me Missouri. I think Mississippi State's gonna be bad.
Yep, yep.
At Oklahoma,
That's probably a loss.
I tentatively like Oklahoma, but that's gonna be close, and then at Arkansas, I think that's gonna be a close game, but I'd probably take Missouri if I had to choose today.
Yeah, I probably had taken Missouri unless Arkansas is playing for a bowl game.
Alright, so we had them at 8-4 right there.
Yeah, which against that schedule, you should go 8-4. You should not have a
Yeah,
bad season.
8-4 is another solid Drinkwitz season. Alright, let's do a quick Poppy's Path, Joe. I think this is a fun Poppy's Path for the playoffs.
This will be a fun Poppy's path.
This is gonna be a fun Poppy's Path because I think they can do it. So, Central Arkansas win, Kansas win, Louisiana win. You're 3-0, and then South
Mhm,
Carolina goes to Missouri. I said it earlier, that place has been a house of horrors. So you beat South Carolina, so you're 4-0. You beat Massachusetts, you're 5-0. So you're 5-0, you're riding high. I just don't see them beating Alabama, so you're 5-1, but then you take care of business away at Auburn, at Vanderbilt, so you're 7-1. Then you find a way to beat either Texas A&M or Oklahoma, one of those 2.
mhm.
So you're 8-2. You beat Mississippi State and Arkansas, you're 10-2. Guess what? You bet your Bippy that team's going to the playoffs.
That team's going to the playoff, bud.
10-2 with some of those wins, that is a playoff team.
Mm,
Kind of
mhm.
exciting.
Yeah, and it could happen. I mean, that could easily happen. You have the quarterback pan out
Oh, yeah.
and
What if Bo
and
Prabula and Ahmad Hardy are incredible?
that's what I'm saying. You have the quarterback pans out and somebody develops at wide receiver as a big play to step in for Luther Burden. It could happen. I mean,
That could happen.
it's, um, it's not unrealistic.
This Missouri team is gonna be very interesting to watch too. I don't think anyone's gonna watch because their first game's tomorrow. They're the
I was
Thursday
about to
game.
say, I think we can
No,
watch them tomorrow. Maybe we should have waited and done this late night tomorrow night.
that
We'd
would
have
have
a
been
little bit more.
helpful because
You
well,
realize
Central
you've gotta
Arkansas.
you have to edit this now. You gotta edit this now and get it out before kickoff so that the Missouri people
Yeah,
have something to
folks,
listen to.
peek behind the curtain. It's Wednesday night. August 27th at 10 PM, so I'm gonna have this out before the game tomorrow. My personal Poppy's personal guarantee. Poppy's personal promise if we're going with alliteration. Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I might watch a little football tomorrow night, Joe.
I think I'm gonna flip back and forth. I mean, there's no real marquee game in my opinion, so why not watch them beat up?
Yeah. It'd be kinda fun to watch Bo Prabula.
I just have a hard time finding set 5 losses with this schedule.
Me too. Yeah,
Um,
my
Even though I've got that as my
75-93
worst case
spread was
scenario, that would almost be like a meltdown for them to lose
oh,
5
yeah.
games in the schedule.
I don't think this team
Um,
loses more than 5 games. The combination of the schedule and the roster, this is gonna be a
they're
pretty good
probably on different schedules, they probably are 7-5, 8-14, maybe even a 6-6 if they had to play something like Florida's schedule. But
yeah.
because of the schedule, it's gonna make them look very similar to last year, look better than they are.
This is by far the easiest schedule in the SEC, right?
Yeah, yep. 2nd year in a row. So hopefully they'll get massacred with a pretty tough one in
They'll get
2026.
together and say, yeah, I'm just curious. Let's look at the SEC strength of schedule rankings. Um, yes, and Missouri wow, Missouri's double-digit points easier than the 15th team. They're by far the easiest schedule, which we kinda know on surface. And interestingly enough, they've got Vandy with the hardest schedule.
It was as much as I wanted Vanderbilt to be, like, really good this year, I basically just said that they're the trap game for everybody, but that just means that they're gonna be underdogs in a bunch of games.
They're gonna be struggling, just getting beat up, trying to be the trap
Yeah,
game. Oh,
trying to
no.
be the trap game for everybody. Mm. All
Alright,
right.
Joe. Well, that's a good Missouri episode, sir. I
That's a
like it.
good Missouri episode. Like and subscribe.
Tigers, like and subscribe, folks. Until next time.